Hi guys, so it's Jo around again. This is Pretty Potions Part 2! Because I was late this week, I thought I'd do 2. And I was thinking about doing this anyway. I'm going to show you the products I use on my skin, talk about them. Is this pagan-y? Yes! Because a lot of pagans, witches, and in fact people in the world in general now, are more aware of where the products come from, the company ethics, the ingredients, where they source things, and everything that goes on my skin for my skincare routine is Lush. Lush.co.uk if you're in England or the UK. Or .com if you're anywhere else. So they're all over the world now. If you don't know about Lush, go have a look at the website. They have a strong principle of the anti-animal testing, but they're proactive about it. They have campaigns, they have all sorts of things that they do against animal testing. They don't buy from any companies which have animal ingredients in any of their products. Most of their products are vegetarian, if not vegan. Vegan where possible. Not all of them are vegan, but they're all vegetarian in my understanding. So, yes, is there anything else I need to say about the company? Well, basically, you can go find all that information out on their website if you haven't already heard about them. They're pretty famous worldwide. So, the products I use every day on my skin. Now, I've been using Lush products on my skin since they arrived in Nottingham, which I think was around 97, I think. Maybe 98. So I was about 14. 12, 13, 14, around those ages. My nana had always encouraged me from when I started going into puberty, and I went into puberty early, to cleanse, tone and moisturise my skin. She taught me all about it. So, yeah. 2 of these products I've used continuously since then. One I switched up recently, and I'll explain that, and one I've played about with. So the 2 I have used continuously are a cleanser. Well, they're both cleansers technically. The first one is Ultra Bland, and the pot looks like this. Nearly all the pots look like this. Ultra effective gentle cleanser, a rich soft oily cleansing cream that cares gently for all skin types. This is the Lush Founders #1 desert island product, made with almond oil, rose water, beeswax, honey, fresh iris extract, rose absolute, tincture of benzoin, yada yada yada. Right, so let's have a look inside. Now these are going to be used because I use them, alright? So it's not a fresh clean pot, but so you can see I use it. That's what it looks like on the inside. And it's a rich, creamy, oily thing, and it can take some getting used to. I use this to take my makeup off in the evenings and to give my skin a really good cleanse before I go to bed. It's really gentle, but it's a really odd product. The first time you use it, you'll be like, the first time I used it, I was like, what? It's weird, because it's honey and beeswax, and it's very creamy and oily. And you think, oh, I don't know about this. And I was like that when I first used it. It smells really pretty if you like beeswax and honey. It's the smell. And you wet your face and you rub this on, and it goes on, and it's creamy and thick and oily, and it gets into your skin nice and deep, and you rub it in, and everything comes off. The toughest makeup just comes off if you be very, very gentle. And then you get a flannel and you run it under hot water, squeeze it out, and wipe it off, and rinse, and run it under hot water and wipe it off until it's all off. And you have to get it all off because it is quite oily, but it leaves your skin feeling soft, fresh, clean. It gets rid of all the nonsense that you could have on your skin for the day, and I thoroughly recommend it. So that one is Ultra Bland. Now I use a different cleanser in the morning, which is another one that I have used since time began, since they came to Nottingham, which is where I was originally. Angels on Bare Skin. Now this is supposedly based on a medieval recipe. Evens out skin tone, reduces redness and improves the health and appearance of your skin, giving a natural, healthy glow. Ground almonds, glycerine, kaolin water, lavender oil, rose absolute, chamomile blue oil, tagetes oil, I don't know if I'm saying that right, benzoin resinoid, lavender flowers, limonene and linalool that occur naturally in essential oils. Right, so I love the smell of this one as well. I love the smell of most Lush products. It looks a bit like, I don't know, a grainy honey cereal type thing, I guess. And you take a little pinch of this, you just pinch a bit off and put it in the palm of your hand and then wet it. So I wash my face in the shower, so I just, and then you rub it in and you get some nice thick, like a paste, rub it on. It's a little bit exfoliaty, but it's good for, I get red skin here sometimes. And it balances out the skin really, really well. It's a really wonderful cleanser. It's really great. Right, the next two, I use currently Aroma Water for dry to normal skin. Tone your skin with rose and lavender water, excellent on dry, older or sensitive skin. Use on cotton wool to remove excess cleanser and to refresh the skin. Lavender water, rose water, limonene and linalool that occur naturally in essential oils, which is this one. I have used the tea tree in the past, the tea tree water. My skin has changed a little bit in more recent years. I still get spots, which I tend to treat individually now rather than the more troublesome skin I had as a teenager. The tea tree oil works really well, but the Aroma Water is better. My skin has got more sensitive in as I get older, so I've started using this one. And this comes in a wonderful spray bottle, and you can either spray it on the skin and then wipe off, but I spray it on the cotton wool and cotton pads and use it like that. And the next one is Imperialis, the Majestic Moisturiser. Good value cream that simply moisturizes with lavender, orange flowers and tiger lilies for balanced skin. Good for faces that are oily in places, in dry in others, or a troublesome T-zone, which I have always suffered from. That's Imperialis. Let's see if I can show you without making a mess. Yeah, there you go. It's a pink. Get it on your lip. Moisturiser. I tend to play around with moisturisers because my skin's a little bit argumentative about moisturisers. I change it up. Imperialis works really quite well. The only thing I really do not like about the moisturiser is the pot. Because these pots, you press them down and it nearly always squeezes a tiny little bit out around the rim, and then you have to wipe that off, because if you don't wipe that off it goes dry and a mess, and then you've lost some basically. I don't like these pots for the moisturisers, but it's a really wonderful product. It works really well, and if you take back 5 pots to be recycled at Lush, cleaned out pots, you get a free fresh face mask. So that's my skincare regime, and I only use Lush products on my skin. I don't use anything else. I like the fact that I try to use as much Lush products as possible. I've veered away a little bit from the bath bombs because I think the prices are going through the roof. And I'm going to start trying to make my own next year after Samhain, hopefully. But the skincare products I've used religiously since they came out. I think I was around 13, 14. It's around that age. And I think it works really, really well. It is important to cleanse, tone and moisturise your skin. all the nonsense out there in the world. But Lush have the principles are in the right place. They fight for the right causes. They have all the same sort of principles in a business that you would hope for in modern society, whereas a lot of businesses just don't care. Lush really do, and they campaign, and they do all sorts. Go have a look at their Lush website if you haven't, lush.co.uk. I'll link it underneath. I would fully recommend any of their face products. As I say, I've been using them since I was 13. Which, you know, is a fair old time ago now. 14 years. Oh, that makes me feel old. At least my skin doesn't look old. Thanks, Lush. So that's it for Pretty Potions this week. I've got a couple of other things I want to get out today, so that's it for these. Many blessings.